Hey guys, what's going on? Today we'll be going over a topic called conditions in Python. Our conditions are instructions that get executed depending on whether the value is true or false. So now these true or false values are known as booleans. So let's go into the video and let's start with something simple. Let's start with an if statement saying, okay, true, if true, just actually print out something. Just print out, okay, this is true. So we're actually telling Python the program that if the statement above is true, just actually run this. So now let's run this and actually see. You see that I did printed this is true. So now so there are some boolean operations that we're actually going to be working with. They are just the AND operator, the NOT operator, and the OR operator. So for example, let's start with the AND operator. The AND operator is a kind of operator that actually needs both sides to be true so that we can actually get a true return to us, and if one side is actually false, we'll get a false return to us, and also if both sides are false, we'll also get a false return to us. So for instance, I'm going to be using the Python shell. So if I'm saying something like, okay, true and true, now let's run this. You can actually see that both sides are true, so it gave us a true. So what if we actually see something like, okay, true and false? You can actually see that it returned the false just because one side is false. So what if we say, okay, false and true? Okay, sorry about that. False and true is giving us a false, and what of false and false? So basically it's giving us a false. So uh that's the AND operator. Let's look at an example. Let's say I have a variable called, okay, uh okay, she. I'm just gonna say something like, okay, woman, right? And I'm just gonna say he, and I'm just gonna call this, okay, man. So now we have two objects, she and he. So now we're just gonna be saying, okay, if, let me get rid of this, if she, we're just gonna be saying if she equal, you'll notice that I'm using two equal now. So this two equal actually stands for we actually using it to check for equality, while one is actually used to assign variable. So we're now actually saying if she equal woman, and then we are just going to be saying and e equal a man. Okay, sorry about that. Equal a man. So now actually prints this is true. So let's run this and actually check. It did printed this is true. The reason why she equal a woman, so this statement is correct, and e equal a man. So like we said right here, true and true is gonna give us true. So she is true and e is also true. So what if I'm just gonna change this to women, and if I run this, it's going to pass in nothing. The reason for this is this is false and this is true. So like we said here, false and true is just going to pass us false. So basically that's the AND operator. So let me revert this back to woman. So now let's look at the OR operator for a moment. So the OR operator actually needs one side to be true so that we can actually get a true return to us. So that's the OR operator. So the OR operator doesn't actually need both sides to be true. It just actually need one side. So for instance, let me just say true, okay, true or true. Sorry, true or true. If we run this, it actually gave us true because true or true is true, so it actually needs one. So since both sides are true, it gave us true. So what if true or okay, false is giving us true because it just needs one side to be true. Since this is false and this is true, so it's just giving us a true. So what's false and true? That's giving us a false because one side is also true. So what of false and false? So if we run this, giving us a false because none of both sides are true. So let's look at an example. Let's say okay, I'm just gonna change this to or. Now if I run this, it's giving me this is true because both sides are true. So what if I'm to change this to women and then run this? It's still giving me this is true. The reason for this is this side is wrong but this side is actually right, and it doesn't matter if this side is wrong, it just actually needs one side to be correct. So what if I change this to men and then I run? It's just gonna bring out nothing because now both sides, like here, false and false is false, so both sides are actually false. So that's it for the or operator. So now let's look at the not operator. The not operator actually switches a boolean from true to false and from false to true. So for instance, okay, I have this false, and let me clear this out just a little bit, and I'm just gonna be, instead of if she, instead of if she, maybe something like that, I'm just gonna use if not she, if not she, just print out this, printed out this is true. The reason for this is should have printed out, if we are taking this in a reverse, it's not going to print this out, but since we're actually telling it to okay, turn this to true, turn false, reverse false to true, so that is not operator. It actually changes false back to true and it's printed this is true. So like I said before, the double equal, this is actually used to check for equality, right? And we have other greater than, less than, less than or equal to, greater than or equal to, and we have this. Wherever you see this actually means not equal to, so it's an exclamation mark with an equal. So, and the one I'm going to be talking about is the is. So is actually, people actually mistake is for double equal because actually is usually used to check for equality, right? So if I'm saying a is b and maybe a is a, you understand, and most people just think that maybe it's still the same as a equal a because they are trying to check for equality. So what is actually do is actually check if the value has maybe the same, it has the same id in memory. So that's actually what makes it different from the double equal. So now let's look at the else statement. We'll get back to this in a moment. So now let's look at the else statement. For example, let me take this back a little bit. Okay, I'm just gonna change this. I'm just gonna change this back to woman now. So as you notice, the else statement actually runs if the if statement above is maybe there's an error in the if statement or is not actually correct. So that's where the else statement actually comes in. So let's take a look at an example. So we have this if statement, right? If she equal woman or e equal man, print this is true, right? And if we actually print it, we are getting this is true. So what if I'm to add an else statement and now say, okay, print if the above statement is not true, just print this is false. Now if we run this, it's still giving us this is true, right? The reason for this is because this is correct. So what if we were to change this? So you see that we're getting this is false. It actually checks if the statements right here is correct, and when it sees that there's an error in the statement or maybe it's not correct, instead of for it to print nothing, it just jump back to the else statement. And once you should know that the else statement should align with your if statement. And also if you are trying to jump, I forgot to explain this. If you are writing a code, this colon is actually used to specify that you are still writing in the if block. So it's just used to specify that you are still writing in the if block. So and your else statement must align with your if statement. So that's the else statement. So there's one more statement, it's just called Elif. You can actually see it down here. So it's just called Elif. So this Elif is maybe short forms for else if. So that's what we're actually saying, else if. So Elif. So Elif is if you are using an Elif in your code, it should come before the else statement. So the if come first, and if you have other options, you use the Elif and then just jump down to the else statement. So let's add an Elif statement. Let's just say else maybe equal, okay, let me equal men. If equal men, print sure. Okay, print sure. Make sure you add your colon right there. So now if we were to run this, is giving us sure. The reason for this is it actually check if this statement right here is correct. You are saying if she equal woman, right? E equal man. So we are using or now, and none of this is actually panning out. So it actually jumps the statement, and instead of it to go to the else statement, it check the elif statement, and we just have one statement that okay, if only this is correct, that is E equal men, just print sure. So it actually checked and it actually saw that okay, it is correct and it doesn't have any use for this statement, right? So it just works this magic and actually printed out sure. So what if we were to use man? Now if we print it, we are just going to be getting this is true because we are using or operator here. So what if I'm changing this to and operator and I actually run this? It's actually it actually checks this statement, and this one is wrong. We went down here to check E equal men, and we're having man here, so down we went down to the else statement. So that's basically the if, the elif, and the else statement. So now back to the is object identity. So that's what is actually called. Let me clear this. Should I clear it? Okay, let me actually clear this out. So back to the is actually just called objects. Sorry for the object identity. Identity is just to actually check if the object has the same identity. So let's look at an example to actually understand what I'm saying. So we have okay, we have an object, just have P, and in here we have 1, 2, and 3, right? And we come down, we now have something else. We have Q, right? And in Q we have 1, 2, and also 3. So basically, if I'm to say okay, let's print P is Q. Yeah, P is Q. Or let's try with equal P equal Q. we are actually seeing that this is true, this statement is true, right? Because the value of p right here 1 2 3 is still the same value of q right here 1 2 3. So now if we are to change this back to is and we're to run this, we actually see that this is false. So having the same value doesn't mean it has the same identity in memory. So how can we check actually if one maybe value has the same identity in memory? We can actually say, okay, just instead of printing this, I'm just going to say print id. Now I'm just going to be printing the id of p, right? And I'm just going to be using this print id of q. So now I'm printing the id of p and the id of q. Now let's actually run this. You can actually see we have this. They are all the same until they get to this point, and you can actually see 2891208, and this is having 4391112. So you can actually see that though they are the same values but different identity in memory. So that's basically how the is statement. So that's all for this video. Thank you for watching. Do not forget to subscribe and actually like the video, and if you have any questions, just drop them in the comment section below, and I will do my best to answer your questions. And if you also find this video helpful to others, you can actually share them maybe via Facebook or Twitter and so on. And I will see you next time. Bye.